Dehydration basically means that your blood is getting thicker. All the caffeine drinkers, that also reduces thirst sensitivity. You are sorted for the water intake or fluid intake of your entire day. A good way to gauge whether you are actually dehydrated or not is to look at the signs and symptoms of how you feel throughout the day. Like when you wake up in the morning, you should start with 1 glass of warm water. So even before you are thirsty, I would recommend when you fall asleep, your core temperature actually needs to be lower for you to fall asleep easily.
Hi, I want to know how much water ideal water intake is good for everyone of us.
So basically, if you don't want to calculate, it would be around 3 liters to 5 liters, anywhere in that range, depending on what your body type is, how much you're working out, whether you're in AC or humidity outside.
Okay.
But if we have to figure out, it will be 30 to 40 ml per kg body weight. For a 70 kg person, it will come to around 2.5 to 3 liters.
Okay, so that is the ideal range.
Yeah, that is the ideal range within which, but this is actually not ideal. I'll tell you that a lot of things get added onto it. This is the basic range calculated only on your body weight, excluding the environmental conditions.
Okay, so you are telling me to aim at 3 liters of pure water, or should I suffice it with other?
So, see, 3 liters of pure water, I'm pretty sure none of us like the taste of water as it is.
Yes, correct.
Right? So, it's best to get your water intake. It's not water intake, it's fluid intake, ideally. So, around, if you are trying to get 3 liters, I would suggest 50%. That's around 1.5 liters from other fluids like coconut water, nimbu pani, buttermilk. You can also have soups or even dal or fruits which are very watery like watermelon, muskmelon. They also add towards that fluid intake of yours.
Yes, this
Now, rest 1.5 liters can actually come from water, but it does not have to be just water. Most of the time, that water is not at a good pH for it to be absorbed by our system well. So if you put like a pinch of salt or you infuse it with anything natural like a slice of garlic, a slice of lemon, or even mint leaves, that changes the neutrality of water and makes it more absorbable by your intestines. So that body is able to utilize that water better than just drinking plain water.
Okay, this was interesting to know. Can you guide me further? Then how should I prepare myself for it? Like, should I have it in the first half of the day or something focusing like that?
So very good question actually, because most people tend to drink it whenever.
Yes.
I would suggest that when you start, like when you wake up in the morning, you should start with 1 glass of warm water. It should be lukewarm, not too hot.
Okay.
Warm, so that it wakes up your digestive system. And then you can sit Shanti se and have 2 glasses of water after that. Sip onto the water instead of gulping it down. A lot of us, to get that 3 liter or 5 liter intake, wherever we find water, we'll stand and just...
Oh, I do that. Even my parents do that. They do that usually.
So most of the time when you're gulping water down, what happens is your stomach and your intestines receive a large quantity of water in a short period of time. So that's an overload. The signal goes to the brain and to the kidneys to flush that water out quickly.
Okay.
And that is why the kidneys work hard to flush that water out, and you are going to the washroom too much.
But talking about washroom, I feel I'm having good water intake, and also my urine is quite clear. So how do you know if I'm on a load or...
So actually, because this is not a good sign that the urine is clear. Most people take it as a sign that I'm well hydrated.
Okay.
But the urine can be also clear when you're standing and gulping water. Because remember, the kidneys are flushing it out.
Yes.
So if they're flushing it out, your urine becomes more diluted. So you feel it's I would say a false positive sign that, the urine is clear, so I'm not dehydrated. But the urine can be clear because you've dumped water too soon into your system, and your brain and your system has dumped water too fast outside.
Okay.
A good way to gauge whether you are actually dehydrated or not is to look at the signs and symptoms of how you feel throughout the day. So for most people, if they are dehydrated at 1% of dehydration, so basically if someone is 70 kgs, 1% dehydration is just 700 ml less water.
Correct, yes.
Right? So at just 700 ml less water, that's around 2-3 glasses less.
Yes.
The person might feel fatigued. They might not be able to focus very well. Around 2% of water loss, that means around double of 700, 1.5 liter. They find it very difficult to focus and the recovery is affected.
Okay.
At around 3% to 5% of dehydration, most people actually do experience that and blame it on something else. People tend to feel dizzy, they get a chronic headache which doesn't go away, most commonly known as migraines, and then people pop pills and they think that, oh, the headache is gone. But the main reason why the headache was there was lack of electrolytes and hydration.
Yes.
Which most people don't even get to.
So
Most
I've
people
had
don't
these
realize.
episodes of low fatigue where I now realize that water was the
Yeah. And low fatigue means, so most of us will ignore it.
Yes.
Because this is chronic low dehydration.
Yes.
It's not absolute dehydration where you get dizzy, your blood pressure drops and you fall.
Okay.
It's very low level. So it's there outside really not bothering you so much, but you know that your body is not working at optimal capacity.
Okay.
And once you start drinking adequate water, which is adjusted for your body type and for the environment, it takes around 3 to 5 days for your system to hydrate everything that is needed.
Okay.
But now we are talking not about 3 to 5 days or 1 week of water deficit when you're traveling. We're talking about years and years of drinking less water.
Yes.
And what it does to your system.
Okay. Does it affect my sleep also? Do you think it has a connection with my sleep and wake up cycle?
So if you don't drink enough water, the body, think about it as a car engine.
Okay.
How anybody who drives cars knows that there's a water in the car to cool down the system. It's the same thing this water does, hydration does for us. It cools down our system.
Yes.
And it gets our core temperature down a little bit. And there are studies which show that when you fall asleep, your core temperature actually needs to be lower for you to fall asleep easily.
Okay.
Now that's one aspect of it.
Okay.
The second aspect is that water is needed for all processes of the human body.
Correct. Yes.
So if throughout the day there is wear and tear happening, at night there is repair happening.
Yes.
So for that repair also, if you're dehydrated, your body won't be able to repair very effectively.
Okay.
And that will show up as morning grogginess, morning fatigue, morning headaches.
Okay. So I also want to know, like, if dehydration will really affect my muscles and everyday lifestyle.
Okay. So I'll explain to you what happens when you're dehydrated.
Yes.
Actually, before that, let me get to why people think that they are well hydrated but they're actually dehydrated. Okay, you drank 3 liters of water every day, but you work here. We are constantly in AC environments, right? AC only has 40% humidity.
Okay. Yes.
And to match with the humidity that's outside, our body will release water to hydrate the environment. So you're losing around 400-500 ml of extra water just by being in the AC.
Okay.
That's why a lot of times people feel like their eyes become dry, then their mouths become dry when they are in AC constantly. Now the second thing is, when you are in AC and you're working or you're busy with things, your brain doesn't recognize the thirst signals as sensitively as it would otherwise when you're resting.
Correct. Yes.
Right? So your thirst signals are reduced. Because of that, you might not drink adequate water.
Okay.
Now, the other thing is that research has shown staring in front of the laptop or on the phone also reduces your thirst signals.
Okay. So
Caffeine.
yes.
Most of us will drink coffee to get through the day.
Correct.
Right? I think I'm a coffee addict. I don't know about you.
I'm too.
So, all the caffeine drinkers, that also reduces thirst sensitivity.
But I've also noticed that I'm not thirsty as much as I was before, and maybe I'm not sweating enough to realize those
So
signals.
you don't necessarily need to sweat
Okay.
to feel thirsty.
Okay.
Like sweating, there is water loss, yes, water loss that you can see, fluid loss that you can see, but just by being in cold, dry environments, even without a single drop of sweat, you will still lose fluid.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
And when you lose that kind of fluid, most of the times you think, oh, I've not sweated enough and that's why I don't need to drink that much water.
Okay.
But in dry environments, you need to drink more water to keep yourself hydrated. When you're working, When you're busy, you need to drink more water. As you age, so with age also your thirst sensitivity signals decrease.
Okay.
So you need to consciously make an effort to drink more water as you age. So there are all these scenarios. By the time you're thirsty, you've already lost enough water to put you into that 1 to 2% dehydration levels.
So should we wait for that thirst signal or not?
We shouldn't ideally. Okay, thirst is the last signal that the body gives.
Yes.
Before that, by means of your hormones and kidneys, body tries to retain as much water as it can.
Okay.
And then the thirst comes in. So even before you're thirsty, I would recommend if you drink a glass of water every hour, just sit and sip. It takes about 2 minutes. You are sorted for the water intake or fluid intake of your entire day.
Okay.
And if you think it's not too much, 1 hour mein 1 glass of water is easily drinkable
Okay.
instead of gulping water down.
Yes. So one more thing I want to know, as being an active person, do you think my muscles will become stiff, joints will become stiff, and they will be because of my dehydration?
So this is a very good point that you brought up. A lot of times people don't relate muscle joint stiffness to dehydration, and they will stretch and do physiotherapy and do a lot of other things. Now, dehydration basically means that your blood is getting thicker because the fluid component of your blood is going down.
Okay, yes.
So there is resistance to your blood moving through the arteries, to your muscles, to your joints. So the waste that the blood needs to carry away from the joints and muscles, and the oxygen that it needs to, oxygen and nutrient it needs to carry towards the muscles, both of these systems are hampered.
Okay.
And when they are hampered, muscles tend to become stiffer and tighter, and joints also tend to become stiffer.
Okay. So would you recommend me having water more between my scheduled exercises or runs? Would that be more effective, or just before and after is more ideal?
So I would say that while you are exercising, if you are sweating profusely, if you're in an AC environment, again you won't sweat, but that does not mean you don't drink water.
Yes.
But if you're sweating profusely, you want to drink around 500 ml to 1 liter of water, depending on what environment and how much time you worked out and what intensity at which you were working out.
Okay.
Now what happens is when you're outside and you drink a lot of water while exercising, it can give you stomach cramps.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that. You again want to sip onto water as and when you can. Ideally hydrating before, well before, at least 2-3 hours before the exercise, and right after is a good thing instead of during. During may you only want to keep on sipping onto water.
Understood.
Yes, right?
So I'm having a great takeaway from you. It was more than a normal conversation, lot of information regarding how water really plays an important role. And more than the just having it, gulping it down, that is one big takeaway where I feel that, okay, I understood, I have to sip on it.
Yeah.
And also be focused towards how it helps us in overall lifestyle.
Yeah. So basically, I would say the final things that you need to do is target around 3 to 5 liters, depending on your body weight, your workouts, whether you are outside in the humid air or whether you're in an AC. Second thing is sit and sip slowly.
Yes.
Like don't be in a rush to drink water. Target around 1 glass of water every hour, and that would make your entire day's worth of intake. Do not drink plain water. Try and infuse water or have it with electrolytes, because that increases the absorption of water into your system and helps in quick hydration. That's how actually ORS formulas work.
Yes, right.
And that's about it. And in case if you have any condition which forces you to restrict water intake, then try to get that hydration from food.
Okay. That's a very good point.
Yeah. Then you don't want to drink water because there's medical restriction, but you can have it through food.
Yeah.
And ensure that you're well hydrated.
That's great.